Hi guys. Okay. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over our story arc, okay? So now that we've kind of practiced brainstorming ideas for a story, we're going to start planning it out. And I know we've done this before, but I've created this new template for us that I think is really going to be helpful helping you plan your story because it includes all of the things that we have talked about, all the components that we've talked about and practiced creating a narrative story, okay? So, as you can see down here, right at number one, we're going to follow along starting at one, okay? So, one, we have the beginning of our story or the exposition, right? Usually it's about one paragraph. And in this paragraph, we introduce the setting, the character, and we start it all off by a really good hook sentence. Remember, your hook sentence is what's going to capture your audience attention and reel them in. It's like you're going fishing, right? You're going to reel in your audience. And remember, some of those techniques that we use to write a really good hook sentence is by starting off with a sound. We might start off with an action. We might start off with some dialogue, right? So the better you can make your hook, the more interesting your story is going to be, and the more interested your audience will be in. Okay? Next, we're going to go to number two, which is up at the left-hand corner. And it's our rising action. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build suspense, okay? So we've practiced building suspense in class, and we use the technique of the magic of three. Remember, you get 3 hints to what it is that's going to be revealed. You need to use your red flag words, and our red flag words are words that have to do with time. So suddenly, in a second, in a flash, right? Something happens right away. And those are all connected to your senses, your 5 senses. So we have seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, and I can't even think of the 5th one, but you guys know. Okay? Oh, hearing. And so we have to use all of those components to build suspense. So remember, in hint number 1, we usually say, all of a sudden, I heard a loud bang coming from upstairs. Then you have to tell us what it was. And usually where it says no discovery, we don't know what it is yet. It hasn't been revealed. Then in hint 2, you use a different sense. So it's, I smelt something, right? And that's going to give you another kind of layer to that suspense. But again, no discovery. We don't know what it is yet. And then in our 3rd hint, we have our last sense. So we've done something, maybe we'll do, I felt somebody's hand touch the back of my shoulder. And I turned around, and the discovery is it's revealed what has happened. It's revealing what is going on in our story, okay? Remember, hint 1, 2, and 3 all have to be connected. If they're not connected, it won't make sense, okay? And your discovery of whatever you are building suspense up to will lead us to the main problem, okay? Number 3, the main problem. We know the 5 components that make a really good main problem. Your main problem is usually about a paragraph long. It includes action, descriptions, thoughts and feelings of your characters, dialogue between characters or between maybe the characters talking to themselves, and of course, some kind of sound to give a really well-rounded main problem, because this is the most important part in your story, right? This is the climax. Then, after we're done, we head to number 4, which is our falling action, which is our 3 attempts. So the 3 attempts to solve the problem. Attempt 1 and 2, which we've been practicing, the problem doesn't get solved. Remember that, right? You attempt something, it doesn't work. You attempt something else, it doesn't work. Finally, by attempt number 3, your problem is solved. Now, once your problem is solved, we of course have to have our resolution. So the solution to the entire story, the ending to our story, and that is about 1 paragraph long as well, right? We just talked about that last week, and that includes maybe a memory and a feeling, a decision, a wish or a hope. It's some of the defining moments. So somewhere in there, it has to resolve the story, okay? These are the 5 main components that we have practiced since January, okay? We worked on our rising action and our magic of 3. We've been working on our 3 attempts. We've gone over our main problem. We spent lots of time on creating a really good introduction paragraph, okay? And this past week, you've been working on your resolution and solution, okay? So this is the template that we're going to use and that you're going to practice with when you're mapping out your narrative story, okay? So let's watch the next video, and you can watch me fill in an example of a story arc using the picture prompt that we looked at yesterday, Dream Big.